Hi guys, Chris from Racecraft Simulations here, and welcome to part 3 of my Simagic Alpha Mini and GT4C wheel review. We've gone through part 1 with the opening of the boxes and the first impressions of the wheel and wheelbase. We went through part 2 with my initial setup and my first drive and an explanation of going through the settings with iRacing and how to get that set up on your own rig. Now for part 3, and to answer the questions that everybody has been dying to hear. And there's probably already reviews out there. We're not the first to market, and we're certainly not the highest quality. I'm definitely not a Will Ford, but I will try to give you my most honest and believable answer possible. I've had the pleasure over years of coming through karting and single-seaters, and I am very privileged as of that, but I did get too fat to race single-seaters. So I turned to sim racing, and I've had the pleasure of being hooked up with Johnny here at Racecraft Simulations and driving on all of these amazing rigs in-house on anything from your Fanatec Club Sport wheels to the Simagic M10s that are on the rigs behind us here, to a Simagic Alpha, and then going on to Fanatec DD wheels and over to the Simucube wheels. So I have a fair bit of experience, and I feel like I can probably say a thing or two about how things are supposed to feel. There's always that sim racing argument on how is it meant to feel? What is it really meant to feel like coming from your simulator? The number one question that everybody asks immediately when you talk about this Simagic Alpha Mini is 10 Newton meters enough torque? Yes, it is. If you think that you need 25 Newton meters, you probably should lay off the gym, because you don't need 25 Newton meters to enjoy a sim racing experience. Hell, if you feel like you do, go for it, because some cars do have a lot of torque required on the wheel to turn them. But realistically, for the majority of people, you don't need a really high torque wheelbase to get the feeling of racing a car. What you do need is you need high resolution and high fidelity. Simagic offers that with these entry-level and really well-priced competitive wheelbases like the Alpha Mini. Hell, if you really want that extra little bit of torque, maybe going and looking at the few extra $100 and buying yourself a Simagic Alpha would be the way to go. But to offer in pure honesty, for most people getting into sim racing, we're not going to be World Championship drivers. We're not going to be challenging the fastest drivers on the planet. We're going to be getting on our rigs at the end of a long day at work and trying to get away from everything that is pulling us down in life and enjoying ourselves in racing simulators. The Alpha Mini is a perfect way to do that, and great for those guys who are looking to get that little bit of extra edge and that little bit of authenticity in the feel that they want from their sim racing experience. So 10 Newton meters is more than enough. I currently have my rig set to 60% for most cars that I drive. I've turned it up a tiny bit for things that come with power steering, but most of the time I'm down around 60%, and I can feel absolutely everything, and I'm really happy with the way this is working out. If you find yourself thinking, do I have enough torque coming from a 10 Newton meter wheelbase, then you probably need to look into maybe your settings or the way you go about your driving, even the size of the wheel you're using. I'm using mine with the GT4C wheel, so I do have a smaller wheel with a little bit less torque being able to go through my hands to turn the wheel. It may be a different story with the larger wheels, like the GT1s, which are used on these M10s here at Racecraft Simulations, but even these, they only offer the same amount of torque as the Alpha Mini, and these things are absolutely great. So 10 Newton meters is a great amount of torque to go racing with, and I really think we've found a great middle ground for the majority of users in the sim racing market. Is the wheel worth the money? Absolutely. On the pre-order basis, I got mine for an absolute steal, but even after the pre-order offers are completed, you're talking only around $1,000 for the wheelbase, or you can get a combo deal with a really good wheel, either a GT1D, a GT1R, or the GT4C wheel for a great price, and get it onto your rig and really enjoying yourself. Onto the GT4C wheel itself. I am absolutely over the moon with this wheel. It has done so much for my racing immersion. I am a big open wheeler fan, and for a long time, I got started in the sim racing scene not long ago with my own rig, doing a lot of dirt oval stuff with my old Fanatec wheel before I switched over to trying off some circuit racing. But I've always been an open wheeler fan at heart. Remembering my most recent racing experiences have come from Formula Fords, I wanted that laid back, small wheel, tucked in, and low to the ground kind of feel. So I've spent a lot of time and money reorganizing my rig with a laid back seat and raised pedals, and having this smaller wheel, not too small At 300 millimeters in diameter, but having the built-in hand grips and a really solid feel, this GT4C wheel is absolutely premium for what I'm looking for. Great for a combination if you're looking to dabble things between Formula cars or even GT cars. It's still great. What I probably wouldn't recommend it for was if you're going to try things like rallying, off-road trucks, or dirt oval. They might be a little bit small and you might want to be able to hold the top and bottom where there's simply no wheel there. If you're looking at doing those things, probably go looking for the GT1D or the GT1R wheel, both available from Simagic and compatible with their beautiful quick release to go straight on to the Alpha Mini wheelbase. Onto that quick release, just very quickly, it is rock solid. No play, no movement, no misalignment whatsoever. It clicks into place every time without fail, and it has not wobbled on me yet. And I've seen reviews and reports from people who have had loads of hours on these wheels, and they still don't move. Hell, even the rigs that cop an absolute thrashing here at Racecraft Simulations all use the original wheels that they came with, and those quick releases are still in top notch. So, do I recommend to buy the Simagic Alpha Mini? Absolutely. If you're looking for a wheel that's at a great price, with great feedback and a growing community, they're going to be coming hard here, Simagic. They are taking a great space into the market, and they're really going to be ones to watch in the coming years. Look at where they've come from. From practically nowhere, as the first simulator equipment company coming out of China dedicated to the market, Simagic are a company to be watching. So if you want to get yourself a new wheel and a new wheelbase, go check out the Simagic products available in Australia from simrigs.com. That's a wrap on my Simagic Alpha Mini and GT4C wheel review. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to get more information, get in touch with Racecraft Simulations. Go to racecraft.net or find Racecraft Simulations on Facebook. Talk to the man here, Johnny. He'll be happy to hook you up, especially if you want to buy yourself a brand new piece of Simagic equipment. Thank you.